Okay. So I know it's after Christmas, and I also know that you guys are tired of Christmas stuff. This is my last Christmas card. I actually had this one done before my son, which my son's was, I believe, was easier to put together. Maybe they were done. I knew they were done at the same time on live on Facebook. This is also a penny spitter, but I did not intend it to spin, though it does spin. This is my husband's card, and if you guys follow me, and I would really, really love to go live when we play Mr. and Mrs. Claus and Rudolph and an elf. The elf I had this year, she doesn't really role play, and I got recognized a lot this year by being Mrs. Claus. So next year I will not be Mrs. Claus because I'm going to screw with the kids. And if I'm here, if I'm in another place, I could stay Mrs. Claus. Because we're waiting to see if he got the promotion. If he gets a promotion, we're moving. If he chooses to waver in and stay in as a major, we will move. But if they force him into retirement, we're going to end up staying here at least another year, maybe 2 more Christmases. And then we're going to move on to wherever. Because if we'll find out between February and June whether he gets promoted. So if he gets promoted if he gets a notification in February, we'll move between end of May to August. If we find out in June, it could be from August to November, even maybe December. Otherwise, I'll be able to keep you guys up. I'm still going to keep crafting. I have my scrapbooking bags. I still have all my eye candy. I can always take stuff with me and do other things, like I have my design and cut. So I would probably take quite a bit because I'll be really bored sitting in a hotel room. And it depends if we get to go overseas, because we really would like to go to Germany for our last deployment, our last military move. I'm gonna leave it at that, because getting into some of the acronyms, I think you guys would get confused. Which, by the way, came from the military. But that's my goal, because if I go to Europe, imagine what I can get and teach. Poland is known for their crystal. So Germany, obviously, for their German shrinks, which is like a desk, a TV, and a bar. But like Cuckoo Clock, I would love to get in there and ask them to help me teach lessons. So this would be really fun for me to go to Europe and explore. So finger crossed, so we can have a little fun in Europe. But anyway, this is my last card. And again, my husband plays Santa. And this one's another slider. I was begging people for pennies. I kid you not. I was like, I'll give you a quarter for 2 pennies, because nobody carries pennies, or let alone change anymore. So I've actually had him. He was the last of one of my pieces, and you guys know I like to recycle. And I did reduce down to 1 box out of 2 for Christmas, but by the time I put everything back in it, it went back to 2 boxes. And they're just being brats all day today. And there's nobody delivering. Hush. Hush. So Santa is sliding down to see you. And I mean, he can spin, obviously. Or he's fumbling down to see you, however you want to do it. I meant him to slide down this way. So he's coming to you. And of course, I just used scraps that I was making on my cards. If you guys were following me on my cards on the Facebook page, of course you would recognize a lot of the paper that I used, because I was using a lot and making mini cards out of them. So my husband hasn't even seen this yet. So it's actually been done for a few days. Again, if you guys are following me on Facebook, you would already know that. And I apologize. They're not going to shut up for a few minutes. They drive me crazy. I got a new clicker, and they hate it. I learned bubble wrap works. Okay, bubble wrap it is. Let's see. See if they don't shut up on my new bubble wrap. Good, I found out that shit works. Smaller one works. This is big. God, this sucks. Okay, big bubble wrap don't work. I don't know. They got quiet though. So this is my husband's card again, because he plays Santa Claus. I tried in the last 2 years do a lot of Santa stuff, because it's only gonna last so long. Plus, my son loves Santa, but usually I do in the last year or two do deers for my son, my dear son. But at the same time, he plays Rudolph. I actually played Rudolph on Christmas Eve. For the little kids next door, if you guys have been following me on Facebook, or I may have mentioned it before in one of these videos that I taught, just the basic scrap cards, and basic cards to make. These 2 adorable kids are 4 and 6. They came from Hawaii. They're native to Hawaii. And the woman and husband is adopting them. Absolutely freaking adorable. And they didn't move in until Friday before Christmas. So I actually went and decorated their yard because she was worried, you know, she didn't have time to do anything. So she just put one of those cheap protectors on. And I kind of felt bad because she wasn't going to get a chance to do a lot of the stuff she planned. Um, and I said, oh, well, I'm going to take care of that. You know, well, I didn't tell her that, but I came up with the idea. And when I was walking the dogs that night, and David down the road that helped me build the boat, he helped me put it up only because for me to do it myself, it would have taken longer. And when I do my yard, I spend a lot of time on it. So I pulled out some lights and my deer, my candy kings, little trees. And the only thing I took back was a couple cords, my projecting light, and mine's cooler, and my deer and sled because I ain't giving those out. But I have to do something different for my yard next year. If I'm here, it's totally different. If I move, it's still going to be slightly different because I can't put snow in because I pulled the bushes. The man who owns this house is not happy, but his wife is, and so is the neighborhood. As the last bush went out, the young man that lives next door, he's just over a year older than my son. He goes, oh my God, that looks so much better. The ugliest juniper bushes. If you guys know, juniper bushes are ugly. Then my neighbor gave me a gardenia. I woke up to it on Christmas morning. So I'm going to buy another one and even out the front and then put some low lining. I'll show you guys as I go. I'll do that as a little project. So we got Santa on the front, and I used some Stickles glitter glue on the blue and on the red. The green, I wanted to do something a little different, even though that I have the green. The multicolored green, I could have done that, but I wanted it to be a little different. I don't want everything to be the same. On the inside, it's just a basic card with the same paper and one of my strips from a border. Again, I have bins over here, and if you guys go to my Facebook page, I actually share what my room looks like. Not exactly clean right now. I'm working on it. I'm actually doing spring cleaning. The one thing we all hate to do, I've actually been working on it. Yeah. Nobody likes to do it. But I'm also working on many different things. I'm knitting, teaching knitting, doing cards, doing tags, using the machine. I'm working on something that's an altar project. I'm going to be making a scrapbook for cards. I got all these projects going on the Facebook page, and I will only share them to you guys afterwards. So if you want to work with me, follow along, come on over to the Facebook page. But there's my husband's card. Very simple, but meaningful to him because of being Santa Claus. Thanks for watching, guys, and continue to watch my videos as they're being put up.